Yo, welcome in. Oops. Working on the inventory right now. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm not gonna be looking at chat that much today. Kinda just wanna lock in. So. Yep. Right now I'm making the icons for the actual what's it called? Toolbar and like inventory and all that. We're gonna start with just the crate icons and then go, since we don't even have any items yet, it's kinda hard to, you know, show those. But right now this is gonna be like the item icon component that we're gonna use. Using React for all of this. We'll do cool item data. I guess we should just pass item data actually. So we need the key. Oh shoot. Okay. We should just send the unique ID then. Because the way crates are set up, it's kind of weird. Where we have inventory, but we can also have like some ID is gonna be like a table. So it's a little goofy, but it's just the easiest way, but it's gonna kind of mess up some things, but we basically need like a, I guess we could do unique ID and item data. Which will just be data template dot item data. Except that kind of sucks. Okay, we're just gonna do a unique ID then. Crap. We have to send item data. So then maybe what we do is inside of our data template, instead of these just being numbers, they'll be something like this. So we have like an amount, and then we also have let's just say ID. Yeah. Because these are gonna be crates. This is just gonna be a much better way to do it. Something like that for now. I do want to like say maybe we change this to be crate ID. Crate ID and item ID. So it's one or the other basically. So if it's a crate ID, then we're looking at a crate, obviously. And that way we don't need to send the unique ID. And we do need to send that. So then if I go to crates, these correspond to here. So we send the crate ID to crate info if it's a crate ID. So local info will be if props item data dot crate ID, then get crate info there. Let me just do this. Because we don't actually have items yet, so it's kind of hard to code that. And then for the actual icon, what we'll do is image will be info.image. Which doesn't exist yet either. So we need to set these up. And then we need to actually get the icons. So to make the icons, I'm gonna use my plugin, or not my plugin, but the photo booth plugin. It'd be pretty straightforward. Hard because of the atmosphere. Oh. I don't know if I should go for, like, from the side, maybe? I'm just gonna take these by hand. I'm not gonna write a script to do it for me. I can't be bothered. Like 256 by 256. I don't know if I should go, like, straight on or not. Like, this way is probably the best. Like that, probably. Ah. Then we have all of our images. And I might need to touch them up just slightly because they're probably not going to be perfectly centered. So I'm going to do that in Photoshop. I mean, maybe these are fine though. Actually, hold on. Let me make a folder inside my documents for this, for inside the actual game. Like, they honestly look pretty good already. Maybe the only one that should change is silver. I think I want to make a little bit bigger. And then we can just, like, center them. Maybe we just center all of them and call it a day. And I already have diamond, but let's do that like this. I guess the other question is if this should fill up the frame or not. Kind of a whole different... Probably should, if we're being honest. Yeah, let's just resize and make them bigger. I think it'll look weird if they're small. DBH. And these don't need to be perfect. This whole philosophy for this game is that it doesn't need to be perfect, so we can call that good. Oops. Okay, and then we need to run them through Pixel Fix. Oops. Okay. So that's all we need there. Let's make the size like that, I guess. Background transparency 1. Quantity. Amount will potentially be a number. So if there is an amount, then we would show quantity. So we would say if props dot item data dot amount, then we do this. Else no. Kind of just guessing, but that should be fine. Oh, size. And stroke. Do that. Cool. And then what we can do is inside of our inventory HUD. This is just the reusable item icon component. And what we're going to do is inside of our inventory HUD. Right now we're just using like basically blank frames. What we can do is use, actually instead of, let's do it in the dragged item. That is just using a frame and nothing else. What we can do is say item icon here. And then we need the item data. So item data will be prop set item data. Not quite prop set item data. It'll be local item data. Use data state. Inventory. Like that. And then we shouldn't need this. Size is fine. Background transparency we shouldn't need also. We have the corner. Okay, so I think that should work. Yeah. So now the dragger has the correct whatever. Cool. Let's make it actually show up on the bar now. I'm gonna make another thing here for background transparency. And background color 3. And we can just say this. And then inside of our... Yeah, that's fine. Inside of this, we'll say hotbar slot. Something like that. Cool. The Z index we need to fix, but cool. Platinum Z index 2. Let's make it like 5 actually. Cool. And then, okay, so that is actually like all we need for the hotbar. We need to make the actual inventory part of it now, though. But I'm liking how that's looking. Nice. Is that centered? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Cool. So for inventory, basically this whole thing will be an inventory up here with like a scroll bar and all that jazz. So let's do that. Oh, we need to add assets to get ignore. Cool. So make a component for the inventory here. I'm gonna end up refactoring this at some point. Because I'm kind of just throwing everything in, but I kind of just want to like make it work first, and then we can go back and make the code look a little bit nicer and make a little bit more sense. Okay, so when inventory is open, we also want to have a UI corner here, so let's do that. I feel like I should just do pixels so that it's consistent throughout. And then Oops. Alright. Like something like this. Obviously it doesn't look right yet, but like I think we need a little bit more room up the top. Yep. Also, this should be like 0.9855. And then roll bar thickness. That can actually stay whatever the default is. Border size pixels 0. And then we need an automatic canvas size, Y, rolling direction, Y, canvas size 0. And then a background transparency 1. Okay, and then let's add an X. To exit out, because currently you can't even do that. Supposed to be a button. And we'll add something like that. It obviously needs to be a bit bigger, but gets the point across. I don't know. And we can add a stroke to this too. Ooh. If we really wanted to be cool, we could make it hover just a little bit. But I don't really want to do that. Yeah, this UI is so simple. But, you know, that's kind of what we're doing for this game. I'm using horse cap. Are you getting IntelliSense for the properties? I have my own fork of the Lua language that I made. It was kind of a lot of work to get working, but I made a really simple VS Code plugin that also does like basic parameters. You can see here like the string parameters, like text label or string components, I mean. But if you want like custom things like, you know, my button to have like things like that, you need to literally fork the Lua language. So hey Lexi. Yeah, one of my biggest gripes with React and all of the UI programming with Lua is that there is no IntelliSense, so I went out of my way and made it work. But I literally had to fork the entire language. You can see it on my GitHub. I made it open source. It was kind of a fun little project that I did. It's literally like 150 lines of changes in just one script, but I think Adopt.me uses React. They probably do something, yeah. I don't know if they use React specifically, since React Lua wasn't a thing when Adopt.me was created. So I'm not sure. Some of their code base is probably really outdated, but Adopt.me is the studio that made the Wally package manager. So I know that they are very professional in the way that they do things. Like they have fully managed projects, like where they're literally syncing their workspace to GitHub, and yeah. Okay, cool. It works. Upload pretty corporate, yeah. I haven't, Loner. A lot of people ask me that, but no, I've never looked into it. I have no experience with TypeScript. Or very little, anyways. So it wouldn't. I have really no interest. Yeah, code exactly. Gets the job done. Okay, so now when you drag and drop this here, well, first off, let's just make the inventory. How about that? I'm gonna name this inventory frame. And like I said before, we're gonna refactor this later. I'm just like quickly doing it messily so that I know what it needs to be made. Do this, inventory buttons, and then inside of our scrolling frame, we'll pass in that. We also need layout via grid layout. Grid layout, like so. Field direction will be horizontal. Horizontal alignment will be left. And vertical alignment will be top. Yeah. Is the IntelliSense actually any better? $10K subs today? Maybe. I think I'm super close, right? Oh yeah. Very, very close. How do you see like live count? It's a thing, right? We're 25 subs away. Hey, sub if you're not. We got 60 people in here. Sub if you're not. Let's get the 10K. Face reveal at 10K. Face reveal. Alright, cool. Cat reveal. One sec. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. Um. Oh. 1 sec. Let me cook. One sec. Why is it so small? Is that readable? Oh god. Dude, I don't care. All right, whatever. We have. Do we want to put whatever's not in your hotbar in the inventory here? Pretty straightforward. What we'll do is. Then we need to do inventory button. Yeah. And this, I don't even know what any of this was. We don't need this. We should just be able to go. We don't need the position. And none of this matters, actually. I should just be able to say icon equals e item icon. And it doesn't work, okay. Why? Hello? Oh. And then we need to say if you are on hotbar, let's say. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of messy, but you know what? We can just do this. We don't need any of this. We can just say, dude, shut up. Data service. Get change signal, hotbar. And then local function update. Local hop. Oh, we can just do this. Local index equals table finds. Data service. Get hotbar. Props dot unique ID. Okay. So if it's on the hotbar, we will not render this. Makes sense to me. Doesn't work. Okay. Are we passing unique ID? The inventory button. No. We can also, if you're dragging it, not show it either. if on hotbar or nice. And then we need to have like the same logic for dragging. So let me make this a reusable hook. I don't know what I called it. Use item dragger. Okay. And then now that that's a reusable hook, we can do the same thing inside here. And then set drag start will happen inside here on down. Yeah, on mouse down function set drag start. Do we pass in? I forget how I did this. Okay, yeah. So now this should hopefully be draggable. Amazing! Let's go. Pretty hype. I have no idea, Asta. I didn't even know there was a newer version. But I have no issues with what I'm doing now. No, low polycat. It's Unfortunately, the Lua language just can't infer the properties. So I made my own tools to do it for me. They're available on my GitHub. And take a while to sync changes. It's never taken long for me for changes to sync. From my experience, I'm able to do it full time and do quite well. So not quite yet, Vax. I still need to do that. So the number of slots shown will scale, but the actual inventory itself doesn't scale correctly yet. You can kind of see what I mean. For the inventory size, I haven't made scale correctly yet. Takes 4 minutes to sync. Dude, what? I've never had anything like that before. All of mine have been instant. We've been working on this for like 3 streams so far. Yeah, I made this CAD. This is what I've been working on today. It sounds like you're doing something wrong, Asta, because I've never had any issues with it. Alright. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the scaling right now. Alright. I want them to be sorted by, like... I guess we can figure out the sorting later. That's not that big of a deal. Inventories. Dragging. Okay. So now when we go and buy a crate, which should be set up over here. Add crate to this. We'll need to change. Amount R1. I think that, right? Crate ID amount, yeah. So if you don't have the previous crate in your inventory, then we set it here. Yup, otherwise we update the amount like that. Yeah. And that should hopefully work. I don't know. We'll see. Nope. Oh, it's because my data is old. Oh, we need to take into account, okay, the GUI set as well when dragging. Is a vector 2. Plus equals or minus equals? I don't know. And then on client, cool. We need to make that shorter. Was that updating? I don't think it was. No, it's not. Until I click open backpack. Okay. we have a stale reference. I also want to make it that drag start. Okay, that's fine. Inventory button. We need to make it. This is a vector too. Yeah. Plus GUI service get GUI inset, and then same thing goes for inventory HUD plus GUI service get GUI inset. I want to make the dragged item, I think, just rotated like slightly. I feel like it would look cool-ish, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. I typically don't use the set command very often with networkers. I'm much more in favor of just calling a command instead of calling set. Or calling a function instead of set. And honestly, I don't use set at all. I haven't in a long time. Although, I think everything works. I just am not a huge fan of how the set functionality is set up. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it. I think I'm just not super happy with it. Like how I had everything set up. No, tremendous. Set will literally set a value. So like if in inventory service client I had like some value like num items, and for some reason I wanted to set this value, I could say self.networker set num items. I need to set the player, player num items, and then the value, like 45, and it would literally set the value. And what you can do is you can do self.networker get server change signal num items, and it would then, you could say print server changed num items to whatever. This isn't the correct. It would be like this, I think. Yeah, because it returns a signal. But you get the idea. Yeah, I mean, tremendous. I never even used the set functionality either. I don't find myself ever really needing to, and I kind of favor just using fire and fetch. Hey, how you do it? I mean, I don't like having to remember to listen to something. I would rather just have a function like function inventory service client set num items and then whatever and then do whatever and then just say self networker fire player set num items. Like, they both accomplish the same thing. You have some callback, and then you can do something in the function. That's just the way I prefer it. I don't know. If you like using set, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it. Make it store other player data objects. Like, listen to other players' data. I thought about doing that, actually. The client new constructor doesn't seem like you can pass in function references though. Oh, that's because the server can call anything because it's the server. The server implicitly can call literally any of these functions. Like if I wanted to call drag item, I could. It doesn't need to have permission because it's the server. No, you're good. Okay. So the inventory wasn't updating. Why? We update here, so that should update, but it wasn't. Oh. Nice. Yeah, blessed you. I can do it now. I'm just gonna literally upload this. That's not what I wanted. there it is. It's literally just that one script, but. Okay. The JavaScript code is for how I set up my Rojo projects. Yeah, tremendous, it will. Okay, let's give the client access to these. Yeah, this is a custom. It's using React. I don't know if there are any React inventory systems or backpack, whatever. I'm liking mine so far. Pretty basic, for being honest, but doing the whole like drag code is just annoying. Like, I hate doing things that require dragging UI. Fair enough, bless you. It affects role-playing games, but that's not really what I'm into, so I don't know. Yeah, I have seen the new UI drag detectors, and I did actually mess around with them once in Tower Defense RNG, and they were buggy, to say the least. Very buggy. And like they wouldn't work on some, like the Windows version, which I think Roblox doesn't even use anymore. The Windows version of Roblox app, they wouldn't work on. Yeah, bless you. I've been wanting to look into that actually. And then it's like, I don't know. I find that a lot of the generic things that Roblox makes, like the drag detectors or even click detectors or like any of those things, tend to be very, or the pathfinding service, like just generic things that try and solve a generic problem tend to be too generic, where it's just you end up having to do like hacky things to get it work in your specific scenario. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Roblox has pathfinding. It is really like I for this old game I was working on, it was just such a pain to use. Not Not currently bare. I thought about doing like really quick devlogs for what I'm working on right now. Could be cool. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's literally called pathfinding service. But the pathfinding service is buggy. It kind of fails a lot. Okay. Oh, I already scripted this. Genius. Oh wait, I don't even need to. I just need to do this. Yeah. And then we need to give the client access to this. Macros. It's called Photo Booth by Ego Moose. Coming from UEFN. Yeah, I've still never even messed around with that. But okay, so now theoretically this should save, but I have saving turned off, so give me a second. False. UEFN is Fortnite. So now this should save. Nice. Do I ever miss Fusion? Sometimes, yeah. There's definitely times where React can make things very difficult. I would say especially in like large lists, like inventories, it can be a huge pain and it can be really easy to write unperformant code. We gotta got 0. Yeah, I didn't want to do 0. Is brain rot? Not brain rot now, but slop, sure. Yeah, I'm too lazy to add 0. I mean, it can be well made and still be slop. They're not mutually exclusive. I think the game itself will be slop, but the code can be well made. Yeah, on sidebar, you can definitely try it out. I used like I've used Fusion for previous projects, and I really liked it. It was great. It's very Roblox. Like, I found it a good stepping stone because it was very Roblox. Like, you're working with instances, you're changing the literal properties on the instance, where like React, everything is abstracted. Probably case in, yeah. And yeah, qualified. This is solo. Yeah, UEFN just seems very restricted from like the videos I've seen. Just like random stuff on Twitter. Like, there'll be a post that's just like, oh, we added in-app purchases, and it's like, you didn't have this before? Or like just random stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense. I wanted to do something. Oh, the crate client. I wanted to change this to be 1 second. And then the item icon amount. We need to up the Z index. No, I don't make game design documents. I just kind of figure everything out in my head and figure it out as I go. Alright, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think if you just drag this anywhere, it should do what it's doing now, which is just go to the inventory. I think that makes sense. X button feels odd. I agree, but I don't care. Yeah, this is all React. Okay. What's next? We want to actually be able to equip these. Yeah, that's another one. I know your message wasn't like about this, but Vide is another option that seems like a good mix between Fusion and React. Okay. Let's equip the boxes when you click them. And let's get... I want when you buy a crate, the way that the hotbar works is kind of like weird to me. When you interact with something, it like kind of goes to your hotbar, right? Yeah, I'm probably not going to use tools either. Okay. So, when you click one of the buttons, we need to equip the tool. So, on the client, let's say equip. Equip item. Dude, I hate how it does this now. And it'll just be a unique ID. Yeah, literally, like, if it's like an if statement that's incomplete, it like just doesn't, it's weird. But then if I do the then and put the end, whatever, now it knows it. I don't know. It kind of bugs. I don't know what's up with that. It used to not do that too. I feel like some update broke it. Okay, so items equipped will be pretty much completely client-sided, right? Okay, there's some weird... Actually, wait, no they won't. I'll put the model on server, correct? Yeah. Or I don't know. Thing is, it doesn't seem smart to me to just like you put the item on and everyone sees it even if they're far away. Like that just seems like a waste. Yeah, what I'm almost thinking is the client just has a list of what item is equipped by which player, and if you're nearby them, it would show it. Don't really matter. That's also extremely true. Way too much for a slop game. That's very true. No, I think seeing items that you're holding is actually important. Also, what's the animation? Do tools literally just play an animation? Like the little arm thing? You know what I'm talking about? It's just an animation? Okay. Is there nothing else to it? Hold up. Can I just grab it from here? Like the character? Don't they have... Tool none? Is this it? Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, you can see this, never mind. And animations on character humanoids are super weird, right? Where it's like you can play animations on yourself and they'll automatically be replicated to other people, correct? Something weird like that. When it comes to like humanoids, I'm actually kind of a noob. No, this is fine, Mert. This is fine. We got it. Yeah, Wolfpack. Humanoids are so weird. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a little table here called self.equipped items, and inside of it, it'll be we do the player here. And item data template item data. And then what we can do, is something like this. And then you want to validate to make sure that player has that item. Do you usually use remote events or nah? I'm not sure I know what you mean. For client, no. Because this is just purely visual. This set player item will be sent from the server when someone else sends it. When someone else equips their item. You'll see what I mean. So like when you call equip item, I'll do it right now. Self networker fire equip item. And we send the unique ID. And then inside here, they would just say inventory service server, equip item. And then we would make sure that they actually own it here. So local item data is going to be that. And then if not item data, then return. And then we'll say self networker fire all. Set, I forgot what I named it. Set player item. I use Copilot is probably what you're seeing, MC Bear. It's using the HTTP service, yeah. Which is just a, what's it called? GUID, globally unique identifier or something like that. I did make Tower Defense RNG, yeah. The generate unique ID isn't an asynchronous call. It can't fail. It's just a simple equation. Yeah, I definitely recognize your username. Oh, yeah. Wait, I definitely have it. Wait, one sec. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Documents. I was gonna say, your username looked mad familiar. Where is it, bro? Tower Defense RNG. Where is it? Oh, my last one. Icons. Icons. Bot icons. Is this one, right? Oops. I remember. Trust. I think I'm actually still in your server. I don't think I ever left. I think. I could be lying. Okay, I might be lying. Yeah, I lied. Never mind. I actually I don't think I went in a server for you. I don't remember. Okay. Player items, yada yada yada. Equip item, unequip item. Cool. Equip item, unequip. Da 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 da. So then, if so when you equip on client, oh wait, I was here. My bad. Not equip, self-equip items. We destroy the old model, and then we set this. I guess you have to do that like that, yeah. Okay, so when you equip, you need to play the animation when you locally equip. So we need to load the animation into the character. So we need a reference to the character. And then we need to reload the animation when the character dies, because who doesn't love doing that? Because Roblox makes it so easy to play animations. So annoying, actually. I graduated from college already, etc. I have a degree in computer electrical engineering. You really need a holding animation? Absolutely, yes. Holding the crates and the towers later on. Best game you made? I think Tower Defense RNG is the best game I made. Let's say local hold animation. Gonna be replicate storage dot assets dot animation tool none. Rename this to hold item. Yeah, don't use Roblox LSP. Hey, Bear. I need like a reference to the animation track. Self dot track hold track is nil. Um, okay. If self dot, let's just say if self dot equipped items Maybe +2 at some point. Okay. All that to play an animation. How stupid am I? Pick up. So then in our hotbar inventory, HUD hotbar slot activated. I guess we want to have a equipped item unique ID like that. And then if it's equipped inside of here, if it's equipped, then unequip, cool, and then kind of trash them doing this, but it's okay. Actually really pains me to do that, and I'll probably go back and change it in a little bit. Oh, I need to do this. That and that. Equip item line 61. Items. Inventory. I blame my AI. Nice. I know there's no model yet, but okay. So now what I want to do is make this based on distance if it will show the model or not. So to do that, we need to basically create just like a loop somewhere, probably here. Function, inventory, service, client, update loop or whatever. I don't know what I should call this. Service client. Make sure your printer's plugged in. That's the first step. Make sure you have enough ink. That magenta, it runs out quick. I actually don't really use promises. Every once in a while, like ever. But no, I honestly don't use promises. I don't really want to update every frame, TBH. I'm gonna do... every 1 second we'll update. Yeah, and then we don't need DT on here. Validation for the equip item on the server with your networker, is that using remote function or not? So when the client equips something, it will equip instantly for them on their screen. This is important because it'll feel bad if it's not. So that is not even being validated, and it's irrelevant because it's completely visually only for the client. It's being validated for other players. So like if someone says I equip the best item in the game, it'll actually check if it has in your inventory, and then it will say, okay, if you don't have it, then we use early return. Otherwise, we tell the other clients that we have it equipped by setting the player item to this equipped version. I don't know if that makes sense or not. So it's not validating for you, it's validating everyone else. And this is just pure visuals anyways. It's not like what you have equipped actually matters. They try and use an item they don't have updated on the server yet. Does not work. Well, because remote events are always guaranteed to be in order, that won't really ever be an issue. And you technically wouldn't even need to have a what's it called? The item equipped to use it. It just needs to be in your inventory because you'd pass in the unique ID instead of like use my equipped item, for instance. I'll show it in just a sec. It's actually I'll just show it now because I haven't showed it in a while. It's basically combining the recent trends of games like My Fishing Brain Rots and every other game that's like this, where you essentially, click some button, get something, buy it, and then you hatch it on your place, okay, whatever. And in this game, you're just fishing, like, for fish using brain rot aesthetic, okay, whatever. My concept, or the idea for this game, is to kind of take this game loop of, clicking a button, getting something, in this case it's crates, hatching a random tower based off of how rare the crate is, luck, that kind of thing, and then this literally be, like, a very simple linear tower defense game. Your towers would be shooting enemies as they come down. You earn gold, you can buy new crates, repeats, upgrade to make it it wouldn't just be a straight line always, like that kind of thing. That's kind of the very short gist of it. How do you lose? You don't lose. It'll just be a constant progression kind of thing. But that is the very basic loop. Yeah, bless you. I saw that. I saw someone mention that in the React OSS channel, and I find that hard to believe. Because I have always put everything in one screen GUI, and I've never had any issues with it. Yeah, I just put everything in one screen GUI. I've never had any issues, so I was shocked when they said that. Yeah, Swifter, I'm not working Crash Bots anymore. It flopped. Doing something easier. This. Why do you think it flopped? Bad game design on my part. I mean, it for sure went in the green because I didn't spend any money on it besides for the map. But like when you take a look at like opportunity cost and all that, then obviously it's not ideal, but I have no idea. Tremendous. I don't really go outside much. And I don't really like vacations, so I don't really have any recommendations. Not really. TFS. I find those are really tricky to get right. In a bit, Kane, and this is VS Code. So we're instantly deleting if they set it to nil, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. I do want to say if equip item dot item data. I'm gonna do sift equals deep. Dictionary equals deep. If these are equal, then we just early return. So then this should just be up at the top. And then I'm going to make a utility script here. Inventory service utils.luau. And I'll say function inventory service utils get model for item data. And let me grab the type. Type item data is data template item data. And then we'll say if item data dot create ID, then get crate model item data dot create ID. Else error import item type. Yep. Okay, so that'll return a model, and then what we can say is inventory service utils get model. Inventory service utils get model. And so then we need to essentially weld the model to the user, right? To the user's hand. I kind of want to have him like hold the item up like this. Parent it. Not that simple. These things are not anchored and all that garbo. How does that even work, CF? Like, you have to weld it. Like, it would just fall if you don't have it welded. Dude, I hate welds. Welds are so annoying. Especially on humanoids. I don't think it matters, bless you. Like, there's no difference. The issue, Asta, was that... The issue is that, the parts, like, some things are gonna be anchored, and some things are gonna, like, can collide, and, like, I need to make sure that all of that doesn't... Like, I need to make sure all of that turns off, you know what I mean? And then you have to, like, make sure everything is welded correctly. Ugh, just annoying. Just use Motor 60. Does Motor 60 actually account for all that? Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, Asta. I don't, like, I'm pretty sure there's no difference between, like, what I need for Motor 60. I don't need to, like, animate it. Like, I'm just gonna do this. And then I'll do for... I could use the new query descendants, couldn't I? But that's fine. And then I'll just do... Yeah, like, I don't need to actually... It doesn't need to actually... What's it called? Be animated. There's a function to see if things have joints. Get joints, get mass. Get root part. Since when is that a thing? Make joints? Dude, what are these? I've never seen these before. Because some things will already be welded, you know what I mean? I don't know what get joints is. I've never seen this. Is grounded. Make joints. Yeah, where's get joints? Get joints. Because I think I can use that. If it doesn't have anything, would it be nil? Yeah, but I don't want to have to make multiple versions of the same thing. So we weld things that don't have joints already, basically. And you're not root anchored, yada yada yada. Okay, so this should work. Should work is the key. Get tool model. And then I'm gonna make a local root weld. Hello, anime realm tower defense. Is that a released tower defense game? Did I see his new short? No, I didn't. Wait, let me look. Hey, yo! He's leaking my DMs! Shorts. Insider tips for your thumbnails. Hey, yo! Hold on.
Yo, what's up, YouTube Shorts? It's your boy DirtMonster83. Today I'm gonna give you an insider tip on how to make a cool thumbnail that will get you high clicks and more players every day.
This is so funny.
All right. He says,
what is this?
Interactive.
Dude, what is this?
Click or like make it so that you can click or something. Yo, what's up?
Wait, this is so funny. Oh my god. Wow, great tips. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Literally, I DM'd that to him. If get joints 1 is nil, it returns. I don't know if it returns a table or not. That's my issue. It says it does, but I don't believe it if it has done. Okay, and then we should just be able to say root weld. Part 1 would be the head, like that. When I do root equals assert. Does it return? Does assert actually return anything? That's news to me if it does. That's weird. I did not know that. Interesting. So everything should work, right? Have to parent it before Ehab, you need to have the billboard GUI be a child of your player GUI, not like workspace, and then buttons will work. And then you have to set the adornee of the billboard GUI to whatever you want, but it has to be a child of your player GUI. It's slop, Ash. It's slop. Yeah, I agree. It is stupid. And yeah, I've had that before. That issue before. So this needs to be a child of workspace before we can do anything with it. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, and then it takes a sec, but we can change that. It takes a sec for you. But we just need to call update when you equip something. And now it'll be instant. Okay, and I kind of want. I'm thinking we do arms up, and like just have it above your head. I feel like that's funny. All right, let's do it. Animation. Off my screen, horse cat. Did you get assets? I made them. Thank you. I don't use Moon Animator too. Stubbornness, honestly. This is all I need, by the way. I think it's just this, and we just loop it, right? We could, like, turn these in very slightly. Oh, shoot. Oh, God. Why does it not undo? Dude. Alright. We're just gonna start over real quick. Let's do 5 degrees, and then in. You know what, dude? I'm thinking about it too much. Who cares? Also, why does this like not work? We're just gonna do literally 180 up. Boom. 180 up. Boom. Good enough for me. And then we have to turn on looping, and we have to set animation priority to action, I think. And then publish to Roblox. Arms up. Literally 90. Yeah, I honestly agree, Heb. And then old item will be this. And then theoretically, I press play. Oh! My wrists. We need to have them. No, we just need to add this. They're not even in here. We just need to like rotate them once and rotate it back. Same thing for this, just that they have keyframes. Boom. Surely brain rots for the enemies. I honestly wasn't thinking of doing brain rots. They only need one group. I honestly don't know. I'm just putting 2 because I'm not sure. No, it's not the animation priority. I have the animation priority correct. It's I didn't have like the other joints in the animation. This should work now. Yeah, see. Then we obviously got to move it down a bit. I mean, that's pretty awesome to me. 2 down, yes, slightly. I like it though. Yeah, I'm gonna move it up slightly, and then we're chilling. Maybe like that much. Dude, I kind of love it. I feel like you could make a whole game just out of like this dumb animation. Like, I don't know, throw the block or whatever, like. I don't know why, but something about this is just hilarious. I just realized the arms go up backwards. That's a feature. That's a feature. Okay, and because I coded this so geniusly, if I do a server and clients and do 2, we should, I hope, if I've never tested this, so something else will probably break, actually. Okay, well, one person didn't spawn correctly. Oh wait, it actually worked. What? Okay. So I have a box equipped on this screen. Okay, I'm going to unequip it. And then on this screen, I'm going to go far away. So imagine you're at like a different plot, okay? This is why it took me more time than it should have. If I go and equip this box on this screen, I'm going to equip the box. See on this screen, nothing is there. Like it's not even, you're not even holding anything if you look closely. Okay? And then if I get closer, we should eventually, if we get close enough, within 100 studs, see the box appear. Like that. Boom. So it only will render the things that people are equipping if they're relevant to them. Why did you add that? Less lag, yeah. Model streaming mode. I do my own streaming. I don't like streaming enabled. And these crits are client owned too, so they're not gonna like whatever. Well, imagine, okay, so imagine this though. Imagine there's a tower that has like, I don't know, 1,000 parts on it, and someone just does this. Like, they would be essentially spawning in and out, like, 1,000 parts every single time they click. That would lag you out, exactly. But it will only actually render it. Occlusion cooling would have done the same thing. Similar, that would just parent it to nil and not render it on the client, but the model itself would still exist. This, the model doesn't even exist if you're not in range. Why would you make a tower at 1,000 parts? Bro, I don't know. Just give me this, okay? I need this. Yeah. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, it was just doing distance from player. We're gonna be the most performant slop game imaginable. Dude, I'm loving it. Like, unironically, I think it's funny. I need to up the pixels for moving, because sometimes I accidentally move when I want to just click. Okay, what's next? We have like back animations clean. Yeah, I actually really like how this has turned out. It was kind of a pain in the ass to make, because I feel like React makes this kind of stuff really difficult. But it looks clean. It's so basic, though. You should make a tutorial on React Lua. Boy, do I have the video for you. Look at my most recent video. How'd you make your own version of streaming enabled? I mean, that's what I was just working on. Yeah, my most recent video is on React. Yeah, that was definitely the hardest video I've had to make so far. That one, it felt like took so long, and also felt like I was still leaving out so much, but I didn't want to like overwhelm. Kind of just like did the basics, you know? Your classes handled networking. It depends. Some things I have like network, like each base has its own networker, remote event, whatever. But I wouldn't like go as far to say like each crate should have its own remote event. Like that would be a lot. A 3-hour full tutorial. It's a lot of. Is there React Lua documentation? The thing is that really sucks about React Lua is that the docs are, they literally just link to the JS docs. Yeah, there will be a VFX and sound and all that. We'll get to that later. That's like not important at the moment. Okay. It's not open source, but I literally made it on stream today, so you could just watch the stream if you really want it. Okay. So, next step would be actually placing these down in the spots and then starting the actual tower defense part of this game. We've kind of just been doing this whole thing so far. Don't do that. Don't do textured instances. Use materials. Like, I have a material for 2022 stud, and you're able to literally just go to, like, some part, like this part, for example, go to the properties, and do material variant, and then just do stud. And it'll have studs on it. Last video on React was super helpful, but how come you like React over Fusion? Both are great. React has... Basically, my reason for wanting to learn React was because I saw the longevity in it, because Roblox themselves use it for core UI, the platform, etc. It's used all over web dev. It's a transferable skill. And for Fusion, there was lots of like huge breaking changes between each version. And it also is only relevant to Roblox. Learning React Lua is like, it's a transferable skill. You will understand React from web development if you get good at Roblox React. But both are great. And Fusion is way more like Roblox focused. You know, blog post on Fusion UI? I did not see that, Westia. Interesting. Yeah, but I mean, like, Fusion is great. It was my first declarative UI framework that I had ever used, and I really like it. But it's not to say that Fusion's bad or anything. You can still do amazing things with Fusion. Would it just be easier to learn React.js and then use those concepts in Roblox? If you already know React.js, then it will be quite easy, in my opinion, to pick up React Lua. I don't honestly know about the whole let's learn React.js first, because I've never written any web dev code within React, so I don't have anything to say on that. So close to 10K. Yeah, we gotta be really close. Let me check my my channel analytics so I can see the exact number. Hey! We hit it. Let's go. Let's go. You get to start crying. I'm so proud of everyone. Yeah, face reveal. Let's go. Thanks for all the subs. Hype. Hype. I want to make it so that you can click these buttons on the keyboard. Logan Paul putting on the colorblind glasses. I know exactly what you're talking about. Inventory HUD. Let me just slap this in the inventory service client, TBH. User input service input began. If input dot key code. How did I just get like 1 through 9? Is that possible? Do they have numbers assigned to them? Or do I literally need to like write out each one? Okay. Would you recommend streaming for other developers? I mean, it's definitely fun. Like, it can be fun, but it, like, it depends on what you're working on. If it's something you need to think a lot about, like, it can suck. Like, you can't really stream and think, but I don't know. Also, don't really like expect a lot, if that makes sense. Okay, now if I use the numbers, I should equip. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm using Wally. Oh, you tested it, target? Okay, that's good to know. Oh, I need to make sure it's not null. That's why it's not working. It's annoying that I have to do that, but... How do you even say that? And is there... What's the benefit of switching? Oh, it has types? Oh, okay. Well, then it's already better than Wally. I'll have to check it out. Echo. Hey, just Sean. Yeah, I remember my first time trying to publish to Wally, and I was searching forever just to figure out how to do that. I hardly touch your animations. If I just share like a min part, what do you mean min part? A min part across all models, and in theory reuse the same animation. A min part. A main part across all models. Well, what I do is I put all of my animations, and honestly, I don't even know if it's the correct way to do it. I put my animations in like an animations folder, like this, inside of replicated storage, and then I just load this. What's unique is the track. Each animator will have, or each animation controller, humanoid, whatever, will have a track that gets returned when you load the animation. The actual animation itself doesn't need to be unique, as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Okay. I am going to end the stream. We got a lot done. It was pretty good day, I would say. We reached 10K subscribers. Super hype. Let me see. I can. Oh, okay. Derp doesn't even have whatever it's called turned on, so I can't even. Yeah, I was gonna. I figured out how to rate on YouTube, but he needs to enable it. So, L. But here's Derp's link. Everyone go watch him. Another Roblox video called redirect. Yeah, but he needs to turn it on, I guess. I don't know. All right, peace.